Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how you can grow microgreens using wool. Wool is the material that you find in packaging made out of wool, entirely out of wool, and you can use that as a base in our hydroponic microgreen setup. I've got this tray here, plastic tray, which is specific for growing and sprouting. You can see it's got the holes in the bottom, drains through into the tray below. You don't need to use something like that, you can modify something you've already got. So I've been soaking the wool cool and just let it drip dry a little bit now, and I'm going to put my seeds on. Got my seeds spread on the tray now, and I'm just going to show you that close up so you can see how close together they are, how dense I've spread those. The thing now is to keep these moist. It'll be a few days before they start germinating, and in that time we don't want them to dry out. Put a little misting bottle here that I'm going to spray them. The wool was pretty damp to start with, but we want to keep those seeds nice and moist, so give those a really good spray, and then I will cover them. Maybe use something like an evil plastic bag. You could just cover them with something like a tea towel, like that. I've got a bag here that I'm going to use to slip them inside, and that will create a nice humid little environment for them, keep them moist, keep them warm. I've got my seeds sitting over on my little tray here. They're in the sun, but at this stage they don't need to be in the sun, and if I'd had that tea towel over them, that will be fine. They can have a couple of days in the dark before they start germinating. This bag I've got didn't end up being quite as good, maybe. See, it's not quite fitting, but hopefully it's going to work okay. A little bit of an experiment. You can see the seeds in there. Nice little hothouse environment, hopefully, and we will see those germinating probably just in a few days. This is just over a week, and I just wanted to show you how they're looking. So I've got some different varieties here. This is mostly rocket, which has done really well. These are some older seeds that I have, not so good, and the brassicas that are coming through. So as soon as those came through, after a couple of days, I took the top off and let them into the light. And what I'm doing now every day or couple of days is just draining off this water and putting some fresh water on there, and also feeding them. So I've mixed up a liquid feed, and I'm just going to give them some of that every day or so. So pouring it on, and just try not to pour it all over the plants, just around the sides. Got an example here of another one I did. If you didn't have a tray specifically for microgreens, you can just set them up in a little dish yourself. And I've got these sitting on just a little tray underneath. So again, just emptying out the water and putting in some fresh water for them. And again with these, just give them a little bit of the feed so that they can keep growing really well. Using sort of a capillary wick action here. I don't know if you can see, this is mostly raised up out, but just in one edge. Can't tip it in there, I'm going to tip water everywhere. Hang on, we'll just do that. So just on the edge there, I've got the wool bent down so it sort of wicks up from the water below, but they're mostly sitting up out of the water rather than sitting in it all the time. So yeah, they're looking pretty good, just over a week. I'll give you an update in a few days. So it's a couple of weeks later with the microgreens growing here on the wool, and you can just start picking these at any time that you like the size of them and the taste of them. So cutting them, just a really simple matter, taking your scissors, cutting through. Don't pull them, tend to just wreck the little plants there. And by cutting them here, you may end up getting some more growing through, a second flush of them there. So it just depends on the size and how you've cut them. Just cut those as you need them. Cut as much as you want for your sandwich or your salad, and enjoy.